When brands launch products that are for the eyes or for the neck and they promise to tighten the skin, I am typically pretty skeptical. But today I'm going to share with you a product that was launched by Drmtlgy that definitely does live up to that promise, tightens the skin, and also contains ingredients that are going to help long-term with the look of the skin on our neck. The product that we're going to talk about today is the Drmtlgy Neck Contouring Serum. It is a new launch from the brand, and this is not a sponsored video. They do not know I'm making this, but basically they sent this to me, and when I opened the box, I shared this over on Instagram. I was immediately very intrigued because the second ingredient in this neck contouring serum is something called Pullulan. A few months back, I actually made an entire dedicated video to Pullulan. And I ended up scrapping the video because the product that I kind of was featuring, the only product that I could find on the market in the United States that it contained Pullulan in the upper, 5 ingredients of the deck, it turned out to be a product that I didn't really love enough to then launch that video. So I tabled it. I scrapped the entire video. Months went by and this comes in the mail. I opened it up and at first I was kind of like, oh, it's a neck contouring serum. I mean, what does that even mean, right? And then when I flipped it around and I looked at the ingredients on the back, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, because I hadn't seen anybody else using Pullulan, that ingredient, in that way. You will find the ingredient Pullulan in ingredient decks in lots of skincare, typically like in the middle part of the ingredient deck or lower. And its purpose in the ingredient deck then is a little bit different than it is when it is in the first 1, 2, 3, maybe up to the 6th ingredient, with that tightening effect being more and more prevalent the closer that ingredient Pullulan gets to the #1 spot. So in this particular product, it's actually #2, and it is definitely the star of the show. The way that this product works is that it comes in one of these. You've probably seen these in some products recently. These are kind of fun, and it is a neck, they call it neck contouring serum. You basically open it up, and there's a little arrow on here so that you know when you have it open. You squeeze it and you get just a little tiny bit of product. You don't need a lot of product. And then on relatively clean skin, and I'm going to explain to you exactly how I use it, because you do need to limit the products that you put on your skin or else it won't work as well as it could, but perfect for special occasions, for events, for a time when you want your skin to look as smooth as possible. This is a really great product that doesn't exist anywhere else. I'm telling you, I have searched. I have searched high and low on Inky Decoder. I searched on Skin School, and I found products with Pullulan, like serums and other products for the neck and stuff, but all in other countries where I couldn't get my hands on it. I could not find it to order it here. So this is kind of a unicorn in the United States, having that Pullulan up towards the top of the deck. Very forward thinking by the brand. Now, if you're wondering what the heck Pullulan even is basically it's a fibrous polymer that sort of, when you put it on your skin, imagine like you spread it on with that roller. What I like to do is right after I roll it all on, I roll it along my jawline and underneath here. I then kind of rub it in so that it's just a smooth application. It does take like 3 minutes to dry down, maybe 2.5, 3 minutes. You will be able to tell. It starts out and it's almost like a sticky, thin film. It dries down and you can literally feel it shrink wrapping the skin. You can feel that fibrous polymer just collapsing on itself. And so what it does is shrink wrap, and it takes all of the fine lines and the texture with it, creating kind of like this smooth surface. It's really super cool, and it's really temporary. That is something that you need to know. I would say, because it's definitely going to get asked, that you get a day out of it. You get the day out of it. I wouldn't say that it's going to be like, your neck's not going to be tightened for 24 hours, but you certainly are going to get the day and it's just going to gradually wear off and be fully gone when you wash it off at night. So you still have a little bit of the effect when you wash it off at night. Now, Pullulan is super cool because it's an antioxidant, but it also draws water to it and it helps to trap water. So when you put it on and it forms that saran wrap film on your skin, not only are you getting that film, you're also getting this film that traps the water that's trying to escape out of your neck, that transepidermal water loss. You remember when I talked about silicone patches for the neck, for the chest, you can use them anywhere. The main reason why I love silicone patches is because they actually trap all of the water that's trying to escape out of your skin, so that right at the surface where the silicone patch meets your skin, all the water that's trying to escape gets trapped right there, super duper hydrating the very outermost layer of skin, which is going to plump it up and make it look its best. Pullulan does that as well because it attracts water, binds water, but it traps water. So it's forming that film, that fibrous polymer film, and it's trapping and attracting water. So you get this hydrated, trapped, shrink-wrapped look to your skin. It is really a super cool ingredient, and I am predicting right now that we are going to see Pullulan in more and more products because of these properties. Now, the way that I use it is, like I said, you have to use less products than you may normally use. I might use one single hydrating serum on my neck, or like if I use my DNA repair enzymes, let's say, I will go really light on my neck. I don't put a ton. I don't layer up a bunch of moisturizers or anything like that. That's going to inhibit that film forming from happening well. So you want to go lightweight, water-based, right? And then, of course, sunscreen. If I'm going to be using this during the day and I want to use the sunscreen, I make sure I use a water-based, oil-free, lightweight sunscreen that I let completely soak in so my skin feels almost bare. You do not want something that's going to be real greasy, because this definitely won't work as well if you're overly hydrated, overly moisturized. Now, if you've got an event that's in the evening and you can do it, just one water-based serum and then this over it is as simple as you can go, and you will have the most perfected looking neck. It really can help with those necklace lines. It definitely can help with that kind of chicken skin look that the neck can sometimes get. Just smooths it all out, gives it the most just beautiful smooth canvas. Now remember, it's temporary. It is not a smoothing that's going to last. It is not like this is promising to tighten your neck like that permanently. Now I want to look at what Drmtlgy has to say about this product. I would like to show you, they have 3 before and afters of the neck on their website, and I think that they are really cool because they really show the effect it can have, in particular on something called tech neck, which a lot of us have, where you get the necklace lines from kind of repeatedly, like typically looking down at devices or a computer, that kind of thing, can really help to smooth that out quite a bit. And if you look at these before and afters, you will see that it also really helps with that chicken skin, that texture of the neck. It really gets it smoothed out. So these are all before and after of just one use. So let's take a look at the first one. Now, this person is, I'm not even going to guess her age, but she's probably somewhere in my age range. And you can see, at least what I see is it definitely cinched up her neck. It really helped with that main necklace line across the middle, and then also the improvement in the actual texture of her neck is pretty incredible. It just smoothed out that canvas. Now the next one to me is a person who is probably pretty young, but she has some tech neck lines. So she used the product, and you can literally see that the lines look like they move up because it just cinched them up a little bit, but it also smoothed them out, so they're just a little bit less prominent. Now remember, it's a temporary effect and it's aesthetic as far as the Pullulan is concerned, but because you know that you're feeding the skin a bunch of other good ingredients, then why not get that aesthetic effect while you're also treating your neck skin? The last before and after that they have is also a person who's probably pretty young, but has some pretty prominent tech neck and some, the necklace lines, and you can really see that it does a good job of smoothing that out. just really improves. You can see that in the middle of the neck, there's just the very beginnings of some laxity, and it really does tighten that up. And again, it's temporary, but because it has all of those other really good ingredients in there, I feel really, really good about recommending this. And also because it's such a unique product on the market, I think it's neat to highlight it because they are using this it girl. That's what we're calling Pullulan. It is the it girl, it ingredient that we are gonna see a bunch more. And because they're using it in what I consider to be a really novel way, it's exciting to share this. Now, I wanna let you know that I did find Pullulan when I went searching for Pullulan a few months back to make a video. And I did find it in another product called Beverly Hills MD. I tested that product out, and truthfully, after I used it for a little amount of time, it flaked a bunch on me. I felt like it left a residue. It just didn't look as good. I have now tested this for a while, and I can report back that none of that happens. If I use too much of this, then I will see a residue. It's really important that you use as little, like you don't need a lot of it, which only means it's gonna last longer. If you overuse the product, you use too much product, that's when you're gonna run into something you don't want to. So just, use a tiny, tiny bit and be sparing with it. Use that stainless steel roller, give yourself a nice little massage with it, then use your hands to just spread it evenly like you're frosting the beginning of a cake. Let it dry down completely so you give it time to shrink wrap. And seriously, if you get it, report back to me, let me know what you see, because I am seriously impressed. One of the best launches from a brand that I love in a long, long time. So Drmtlgy says it visibly sculpts and contours the jawline. They say it tightens the look of sagging, crepey skin. They say it diminishes the appearance of horizontal necklines, and that it boosts skin hydration. And I agree with all of that. It does do all of those things. One last time, I'm gonna remind you that the Pullulan effect is temporary, but the rest of it is long-term. So it's kind of a 1-2 punch. You will also find Pullulan, I think it's the 6th or 7th ingredient, might be 6th, in a Strivectin eye cream. I think it's called Eye Tight. It is a beautiful eye cream, and the placement of the Pullulan I have found is kind of perfect for the delicate eye area where we do get crepey under eyes. It helps to tighten just a little. It has less of effect as this guy, but it does tighten that skin just a little tiny bit. And it also has all kinds of ingredients in it for tightening the skin, for feeding the skin, helping to build collagen and stuff like that. So if you're interested in another place where I did find Pullulan prominent in the ingredient deck, that Strivectin is one that I have tried, really, really like, and I do find that it gives just the slightest bit of tightening to the under eye area. Again, temporary, but the rest of the ingredients in that eye cream are beautiful. I am going to continue to look for this superstar ingredient in other things way up on the deck. If you happen to know of any other products that highlight Pullulan, I would absolutely love for you to share. Like I said, I went down a rabbit hole looking, and I did find some serums. I found some face masks, stuff like that with it. But every single one of them were like in, I don't know, Korea or places like that, and I could not get them shipped here. Like it was not available here. So this is kind of a unicorn in the United States, and I'm super excited about it. Let me know if you've tried this out. Let me know what you think about it, and I hope you are having the most wonderful day, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.